some real thoughts. Today we are going to do a trailer reaction, but also I'm just gonna do a review on it because I watched it. Da, 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 da. Guess what I watched this past weekend that I fucking loved so much? I watched Upgrade. I had not heard anything about Upgrade, and it wasn't until James Wan of the Saw series, The Conjuring, Fast and the Furious, he was like, you have to watch this film. It's like the best. And another film critic also recommended it, and I was like, alright, okay, I'll watch this film. And it was so fucking kick-ass. Now I have to do the trailer reaction for you. If you want to skip the trailer reaction and go straight into the review, just skip everything. Just skip everything. Let's go. Damn it, Ad!
As a quadriplegic, must be frustrating for you, someone who likes to get things done with their hands.
Here's the thing. 4 guys murdered my wife.
Oof.
If I could find these men, I'd do it.
What if I told you I could offer you something that would enable you to walk again? I call it STEM, a computer chip that has the
RoboCop
potential
much?
to change everything. It's a new, better brain.
Oh! So
I
dramatic.
understand. The system operating your body for you.
Oh.
Can anybody else hear you?
No, only you. May I point something out? In the drone surveillance footage. Sir Brantner, Marine Corps, address 414 Citrus, New
This is why I don't trust computers.
Plan.
I got this.
This doesn't seem like a well thought out
Oh
plan.
god. Ooh!
I need your permission to operate independently.
The best part. Oh, chills. Oh. Yes.
Stay down, man.
I see that. We have a knife too. You now have full control again, Gray.
Wow.
You are involved in this somehow, then you need to let me know.
Well, I was in the area, detective.
Feels like I'm implanted inside his hand.
Ooh. Weird.
Then what do you think I should do? Move, Gray.
You
Oh,
are
man.
persistent.
Oh.
I cannot allow us to be killed. We are going to finish the job we started.
You didn't know that I'm a ninja.
While I am state of the art, I am not a ninja.
Wow. Okay. I know I watched it, but just watching it again gets me really excited. Woo! Honestly, the most amazing thing I saw this year in terms of it being a very underrated, underground, I guess you can say, for a film that I've never really heard about, I was really surprised. And I know a lot of people in the comments were saying, did they show all the best parts in the trailer? And I would say a little bit, but definitely go watch it. It's so worth it. So what is Upgrade? Set in the near future, technology controls nearly all aspects of life, very scary. But then Gray, a self-identified techophobe, has his world turned upside down when his wife is killed. His only hope for revenge is an experimental computer chip implant called STEM. Who does it star? Logan Marshall Green, who looks almost very similar to Tom Hardy, as a lot of people say. I can't see it too much, but he plays Gray Trace, who works with his hands. He's a mechanic, just a regular guy who actually drives his own car while everybody else rides a car that drives itself. The future. So nice, so nice. Logan Marshall Green, who is also in Karan Kusama's The Invitation. I did a review for it. Go check it out. And what is so brilliant is the progression. It's not immediate, like he immediately starts to become this person. It's very gradual. It's from point A to point B, where he starts to be like, all right, I need to get revenge because nobody else is gonna help me out. Just his acting, you can feel his emotions, just like the emotional weight of losing his wife, and because he's kind of stuck in this chair because he's paralyzed, everything, all his emotions come on his face, and he just does that really well. And he's just a great everyday man figure. And then there's Betty Gabriel from Get Out. She was the best part of Get Out, and she haunted me for weeks and weeks and weeks, as you know. That was terrifying. She plays the policewoman, Cortez, which, you know, I wish she had a bigger role in this film, besides just being like the detective or policewoman, more of an active role in kind of helping solve the crime. You know those police roles that in movies where they are just like, we'll help you figure this out, and then they get nothing accomplished, and then they show up in random spots in the movie to like rescue people. Harrison Gilbert's son, who scarily looks like Reese Witherspoon's son with his like streak, blonde, beautiful hair. He's a prodigy scientist who created STEM. I've never seen him in anything, but he was quite brilliant in his very robotic, stale acting that you can somehow sense he was still being sincere. I know a lot of actors try to act like that or embody that kind of mood, but he just did it really, really well. And you could tell he seemed like a real person. I thought it was just brilliantly done. It's a very great throwback to the 80s action films, very RoboCop, but it reinvents this cyberpunk genre, which, you know, I love the cyberpunk genre. It was just really freaking sleek. Dialogue was so tight and funny and just witty and on point. And the action is really well done in the fact that even the camera movements move with the action and you get to feel like you're with him the entire time. It's a no-brainer that if it's an action film, you should move with the people's movements. He's not able to use his body. The camera moving with him in that robotic way was really fantastic. It really brought us into his world and kept us very, very engaged. There's a lot of comedic moments, especially because STEM can take over your body. You almost don't have control over it. And so there's very comedic moments into this very brutal and violent film. It is violence, which is very exciting because you always want to hear in the audience like, ooh, ah! Like those moments are awesome. Another part is because it takes on this cyberpunk genre, there's so many things happening in sci-fi that you just have to one-up yourself. And it really kept you on your toes, kept you so engaged, and was very surprising. It very much subverted expectations. The ending, oh my god, what? It's just one of those films where you don't think it'll go that dark, and it does, and it's so brilliantly done, but at the same time you're like, no, don't, no, what's happening? So who directed this masterpiece? It seemed like some unknown guy, but it's actually Leigh Whannell. He is the brilliant co-creator of the Saw series along with James Wan. No wonder James Wan recommended that we watch his film, and rightly so because it is really brilliant. He also acted in the first Saw film, you know, his face if you see him, because it was that iconic Saw film. He went on to Insidious after he did Saw. Oh, look at here. It looks like he was also in The Matrix Reloaded. So he's been James Wan's writing partner since Insidious. He had his directorial debut feature, Insidious 3, which I did not watch because I can't do scary movies that well. And this is his sophomore directorial film. I loved it. I loved every part of it. The acting, the action, the comedy, the dialogue, the progression, the pacing, the camera movements, the editing. What else can I say? The direction. I can easily say it's one of the best films to come out this year. And I might just put it in my top 10 just because it was very surprising and really hit so hard to every point.